folks. In our last lecture, we explored the debate about whether aid is effective. Now, we are going to delve into a related issue, aid conditionality. Think of it as the fine print on the aid contract where donor countries often attach conditions to their assistance. What is aid conditionality? Aid conditionality refers to the practice of linking aid to specific policy changes or reforms in the recipient country. It's like saying, we will give you this money, but only if you promise to do X, Y, and Z. These conditions can cover a wide range of issues from economic policies like trade liberalization or privatization to social policies like gender equality or human rights to political reforms like democratization or anti-corruption measures. The rationale: aid with a purpose. Why do donors use conditionality? There are a few different reasons. Leveraging change. Donors might believe that attaching conditions to aid gives them leverage to promote positive change in the recipient country. They might see it as a way to nudge governments towards adopting policies that are beneficial for development. Ensuring effectiveness. Donors might also use conditionality to ensure that their aid is used effectively and for its intended purpose. By requiring recipient countries to meet certain criteria, donors can try to minimize the risk of corruption, waste, or misuse of funds. Promoting shared values. Donors might use conditionality to promote their own values and interests, such as democracy, human rights, or free market economics. The controversy: a power play or a helping hand? Aid conditionality is a controversial topic. Critics argue that it undermines sovereignty. Conditionality can be seen as a form of interference in the internal affairs of sovereign nations, violating their right to self-determination. Creates resentment. Imposing conditions on aid can breed resentment and mistrust between donors and recipients, undermining the effectiveness of aid programs. Leads to perverse outcomes. Sometimes conditionality can backfire, leading to unintended consequences. For example, requiring a country to cut social spending in order to receive aid can harm the most vulnerable populations. Ignores local contexts. Conditionality often fails to take into account the unique challenges and complexities of each country. One-size-fits-all conditions might not be appropriate or effective in all situations. The way forward: partnerships and dialogue. So, what's the solution? Many experts argue that we need to move away from a top-down, donor-driven approach to conditionality and towards a more collaborative and participatory model. This means building trust and partnership. Donors and recipients need to work together as equal partners, establishing mutual trust and understanding. Promoting country ownership. Development policies and programs should be designed and implemented by the recipient country, with donors providing support and guidance. Focusing on results. Conditionality should be focused on achieving specific measurable results rather than on imposing ideological agendas. Being flexible and adaptive. Donors should be willing to adapt their conditions based on the specific context and needs of each country. The debate over aid conditionality is complex and multifaceted. There are valid arguments on both sides, and the best approach will likely vary depending on the situation. But one thing is clear: aid conditionality is a powerful tool that can be used for good or ill.